So I first started getting bullying when I was in high school. I probably still get bullied, but because I'm so strong, it's like dirt off my shoulder. But when I was in high school, I wasn't as strong. I probably thought I was as strong, but I was 13. How could you be as strong? And actually, I wasn't aware that I got bullied until probably a few years ago. I was always very popular, and I'm pretty, so I didn't realize that, I got bullied. But every single day, I was walking into school and there would be rumors spread about me. I was a pretty girl. I started going out very young. I was always hanging out with older guys. I was 13 in New York City clubs, and I was kind of like from the outsider community where I grew up, and I was dating the most popular, hottest jock in my grade that all the girls wanted, and they didn't like that. So, and I was, again, I mentioned this relationship in my toxic relationships videos, but it was really not normal. But even though I was always in love with this guy and we were together on and off all the time, I was hanging out with older guys who were taking me to concerts and clubs and restaurants. And I'd go out, but I wouldn't do anything with these guys. But every single day I'd walk into school and there'd be another rumor that I had hooked up with this guy, I had slept with this guy, I was this huge slut, whore, whatever it was. When in reality, I actually had probably at that point not ever even kissed anybody, which is pathetic. But it was very hard to deal with. There were rumors being spread about me every day. But again, because I had this life that I thought was glamorous, I was sitting front row at every concert in Madison Square Garden. I was going to New York City's best restaurants, best clubs, having a great time. I didn't realize the degree to which this, ridicule by my peers was affecting me. And then there was an incident that happened that was really ridiculous and nonsense and nothing. But again, there were two different groups of pretty girls in my school. I don't even know. Who even knows? But that's, guys, high school. That's how high school rolls. And they didn't like me. Something happened with one of their ex-boyfriends, and all of a sudden I started receiving death threats from these girls. Like straight up death threats from these girls. Something happens with one of their boyfriends, which was real nonsense, and all of a sudden I'm now receiving death threats, voicemails on my phone, literally a girl following me at the airport. I happened to have been on the same the same flight coming home, long story, but I literally had a grown woman, go up to a stranger sitting next to me on the plane and tell them that maybe I would give them fellatio on the plane, that I was a big whore, okay? Those are not normal things. But they happened. My ex-boyfriend told me I should kill myself and handed me a bottle of pills. And I didn't even realize I was bullied because I was pretty unpopular. And I thought only the nerds got bullied. That is definitely bullying. However, thank God though that I was being bullied because I was popular. I wasn't being bullied because I was a nerd. God only knows how that feels. I at least had a positive side of it that didn't make that, offset that. I didn't realize. But some people don't have that, and I probably would want to feel like I wanted to kill myself if that's what I experienced. And there are mean girls everywhere for no reason. There are mean kids everywhere. I don't understand it. That's why it's so important that we raise our children well. But I didn't realize until later on in my life that none of the childhood experiences that I had in high school were normal. It is not normal to be dancing on tables in clubs at such a young age in New York City. It is not normal to get death threats from your, kids your age in your school. It is not, actually sometimes it is normal that you get sexually assaulted. I hear it from women all the time. But something again that you need to deal with, all things that happened to me in high school. And that was my experience with bullying as a child. I always felt to a degree secure with myself, so I never wore that with shame, but I did realize later on that it was bullying, and it's terrible. You need to, if you are being bullied and you need help, and tell somebody, right? there are people who can help. Bullies are not okay. Bullying people is not okay. Bullying has gotten way worse since social media started. I was still in high school when Facebook launched, and there was something called Honesty Box, and people would write the meanest comments because you had no idea who they were coming from. You have the ability to hide behind screens, and there are some really scary things that kids do these days to, hurt others. As friends and parents, we need to stay on top of it. If you are a child who is bullying you, or an adults bully, I still get bullied to a degree. People cursing me out on social when I stand up for certain things. When I was painting George Floyd, oh my God, I can't even believe. Anytime I take a stance politically, which I try not to because my art is about peace and love and us having unity and teaching kindness and love, and that's when we're gonna eliminate war, okay? When we actually teach kindness. But cyberbullying is horrible. It's something that we need to control, and if you are being bullied, get help. Tell someone. Do not be afraid to tell somebody. Do not let it get to a place where you are going to harm yourself, or even, don't start a cycle. You don't want to perpetuate that yourself. And very often when we experience things, we think it's normal to be treated that way, so we treat others that way. Talk about it. It's a serious thing.